Hey folks, I want to do some housekeeping before jumping into this topic. First, I want to thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. I truly appreciate it. And to those of you who are new here, welcome. Second, I have to apologize for not publishing the number of videos previously promised. My real life had to take a priority over my virtual life, but I am going to do my best to balance the two, especially since real life is bringing forth some major changes, which I'm very excited about, not just on a personal level, but because you are going to be able to join me on this new adventure. And yes, I mean virtually and in real life. To find out more about this new adventure, you can visit goinggreenonbigblue.com. Mind you, I'm still working on the website to get it to look and operate the way that I want, but you'll be able to at least get an idea of what's in store for the future. Also, the link will be in the description box below, along with the links for this video's topic. So with all that said, what do you say we get splashed? So, did you know that the Library of Congress is, quote, preserving tweets? I certainly didn't. A few days ago, while researching something completely different, I stumbled upon this information. At some point, those in the federal government decided they were going to save every tweet. Yes, you heard me right. Every tweet. What makes this more alarming than usual, besides not ever hearing about this plan, is the year 2010 that they decided to do this. 2010 is the very same year that Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, began a program in the federal government called Civil Society 2.0. We'll get into that at another time, but it does utilize social media to affect change, specifically change the globalists want, by getting you and I to fight amongst each other instead of joining together and fighting the real anti-American globalists, corrupt politicians, treasonous traitors, and war criminals, by injecting identity politics and continually tossing red herrings and shiny objects into our view, mainly to keep our eyes off of what they are really doing. Take a look around. What are mainstream and alternative media covering? Besides the fact that they're covering the same stupid stories for the most part, albeit with a slightly different spin, none are informing you of serious issues, such as the fact that under President Trump, who presented himself as a non-interventionist throughout his campaign, has, over the past 2 years, increased kill missions, also known as the much tamer and more common name drone strikes, by more than 400%. So back in 2010, luckily, ironically, or intentionally, Jack Dorsey and Evan Williams, who actually owns the largest portion of shares, not Jack, literally gave, yes, gave the federal government every tweet since its inception in 2006. Did you know Evan and Jack were saving all of them? I didn't. Well, since 2010, the federal government has taken over the position of saving and storing every tweet. And yes, that includes the ones you deleted. In fact, even if you are booted off of Twitter, the federal government still has every tweet you ever made. And don't think for a second this database doesn't include your private direct messages. Not only is this quite ambitious, and I'm sure quite costly, but it's also quite scary. Does anyone really believe every tweet from every past, present, and future Twitter member needs to be stored by the federal government? Does our posterity really need to see all of the funny cat videos and angry Pepe memes we've ever shared? What does the federal government really need every tweet for? As if the federal government's access to the NSA's database isn't enough. By the way, this Twitter database is only available in Washington, D.C., and is still not available to little old you and me. I doubt it will ever be. So, for all of those congressional hearings of the various social media and tech giants, where nothing ever seems to come of it, such as getting them to stop selling our information or giving it to the federal government or some other foreign government, you better believe that's happening, or to our local, county, state, or federal law enforcement, you can be sure you are witnessing a dog and pony show. I watched many of those hearings, and not once do I recall, especially when Jack was present, did anyone mention this nice little deal between Twitter and the federal government. Now bring to your mind the fact that Jeff Bezos of Amazon has a $600 million deal with the CIA, but he is also on the Pentagon's Defense Advisory Board and has been selling the company's facial recognition software to government agencies. And who knows what else we don't know about that he's been doing. Don't you, in the slightest, feel like we've been had? I'm sorry to say that I presently do not have a solution regarding this huge mess. I do know for certain that this is not what a free market looks like. I'm actually at the point where I highly doubt we will ever be able to get our constitutional republic back again. It's been, along with our inalienable rights, attacked and violated and infringed upon for much longer than I've been alive. However, I'm going to keep fighting for it because it is the best form of government that's been created thus far. Please share this video with as many as you can. Maybe together we will discover a viable solution.